I'm going to tell you something that I think might really help you. In 1990, two scientists, Wayne Itano and David Wineland, at the National Institute of Standards and Technology in Boulder, Colorado, performed an experiment using trapped beryllium atoms. They prepared ions in one quantum state and let them evolve naturally toward a different state. Left alone, the ions would make the transition in a predictable amount of time. But then they started watching. They made rapid, repeated measurements of the ions during the transition, and the more frequently they measured, the slower the transition happened. You guys, the more they measured, the slower the change. And what happened, you guys, they found, and I want you to hear this, measure often enough, and the transition essentially freezes. The ion state stays in its original state. It stops all development. Watching it prevents it from changing. Our culture measures everything obsessively. And we do this to ourselves. You know, this is we see what's wrong with us. You know, we'll see one thing, what's wrong with us, and we'll keep going back to it and seeing whether we've improved or not. And I'll tell you, the law of life is if you keep doing that, you will stop development. And that is why it's so important. I want to come back to this, to go up high and, you know, I want to say distract yourself with higher level information. You know, coming from, you know, the way of the Tao, these poets, whatever you can use, satsangs, whatever you can use so that you stop measuring yourself so repeatedly, so that you give yourself time to grow. We know if you've got a seed, if you keep digging it up to see if it's sprouting, it won't sprout. This is what this physics is talking about. And what's hard is our culture is so lopsided to the masculine, like I've said, that we're quantifying everything. You know, in the feminine, the realm of the feminine, there's, you know, the veils. A woman will wear a veil, and you see it in the ashram when people are just wanting to go under, you know, be a little hidden, they'll put a veil on. And, you know, that's what we need to feel okay about, that maybe we need to wear a veil for a while, to just let everything be veiled and to not know, to go forward not knowing. Mm-hmm. That's it. You know, we can go forward not knowing the more we feel loved by the Creator, you know. The more trust you have, the more you can go forward with not knowing. And again, I come back to our upbringings, you know, the more we feel loved. It's like little kids feel they're braver when they feel loved. A well-loved child, yeah, is braver. Mama tells a story of two kids in a shallow pool, and one child's playing happily, and one is panicking and feeling like they're drowning, even though they can put their feet on the ground. and they're asked, and one says, well, I know my mom is right here and will come anytime. And the other child who's panicking has no sense that their mom is near and will come anytime. And again, these satsangs are to help promote feelings of safety.